You're peaking right now. Can you imagine? It's all downhill from here.
Yeah, well, it is nice to be on the top and then know that, well, I achieved something.
Yeah, it's true. You know what Arnold Schwarzenegger said?
No.
He's lying around with all the other bodybuilders, and he's won like 9 Mr. Olympias. And the one guy goes, you know, when you're the lone wolf on the top of the mountain, everyone's hungry to get up there. And he goes, yeah, but when he wants the food, it's there.
Well, I mean, he knows what he's talking about.
He knows.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of this very important show that is called The Truth Train.
That is changing lives.
This is a sanity broadcast.
It is.
It's an emergency broadcast.
An emergency sanity broadcast, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when the world ends, which is soon,
Yeah.
mind you.
You know,
I'm not done with statements. You know, this is important stuff right here.
It is.
This will be probably the only antenna beaconing or whatever how you use the phrase. Some hope at least, or at least some entertainment for you and your family, breathing in the nuclear particles that is, of course, then floating in the atmosphere. But yes, you will die of the poisoning, but you will have a laugh going out.
That's it.
And as they said in the Monty Python song, you know, always look on the bright side of life. You know, you keep them laughing as you go, but just remember that the last laugh is on you.
And I would also venture to say that once the civilization collapses, the only signal beaconing out into space that the aliens will hear will be these episodes.
That is true too.
And also, you know, this is a sanity broadcast. A lot of people might ask, what does that mean? Well, we've had listeners who called in who said, listen, I thought I was living my life. I thought I had a wife. I thought I had 2 kids. I thought I had a station wagon and I owned a house. I thought I worked at the local soda factory, right? But then I listened to this podcast and I woke up to the fact that I was in a padded cell, in a straitjacket, rocking back and forth in a psychiatric hospital that closed 7 years ago.
There you go.
And I was still there thinking I was someone else. But I only knew that because I tuned into the sanity broadcast.
I was at a restaurant. We're going to get to we have to do a follow-up on your last
mental patient
update, which is the name of the episode, I think. Mental patient update.
Obviously.
So we're going to get to that, but I just want to say, because I was on my way home the other day and I thought, like, no, I'm just going to go and eat some sushi at a restaurant that is next to my place, next to my tanker.
Yeah.
That I live on, international waters.
Yeah.
And
a sushi boat next to your tanker.
Boat. Yes. The South Pacific Asian water.
In international waters.
Yes. So a guy, and it's very easy to see a guy. You can spot a guy when he's on a date because he's there, and then she comes in. And how do you know that it's not his wife? How do you know it's not his girlfriend? And how do you know that it's a date and not a friend?
How do you know?
Right? Because it's a hi, right? And then and they didn't write. And the problem I felt that they had, they weren't pretending for the environment around them. Because usually you kind of like, hi, and then you greet them like you know them. So that people are like, oh, so they know each other. It's not a date. Right? You take away the suspicion. Because you don't want people to glance at.
Because everyone's suspicious.
Yeah, and you should be paranoid.
You should know that when you go to that everyone in that restaurant is suspicious of you.
100%.
What's going on?
Like, oh, he's on a date, right? And then people want to look at that because a date is interesting. People want to watch a guy lose a woman.
People want to look at a car wreck, basically.
Yeah, that too, right? And also there's some suspense here. You're there with your friend. You're there with your wife. You're not looking at your wife. You're tired of that face. You want to look at something that could be a car crash.
Yeah.
Right? Who knows what's going to happen? So anyway, I saw immediately, okay, so he greeted her like, hey, yeah, it's nice to meet you. Right? He gave it away immediately. Right. And she was like, yeah.
Amateur.
And then he sat down, and she just immediately started talking about the reason she didn't have the time to meet him. because she was dating this other guy, and there was a lot of back and forth, and so she had to know where that was going first, and then they stopped seeing each other. So now she was ready for him.
You overheard this.
This is what she said.
Okay.
And I was just like, and I hadn't gotten my sushi yet, so I was just listening to this person.
I mean, there was a dinner and a show, really.
Yeah, so they were like sitting next to me, and she was like, and she was not looking at me. She was not looking at, she wasn't looking at she could have been in the living room of her own apartment.
Right.
Like, she was like, no.
She wasn't paranoid enough.
Not at all. And he was like, oh, okay.
He wasn't enthusiastic?
He was not. And she's just like, yeah, well, so that's why I deleted you and added you again. And then he said, oh, I didn't notice that.
No.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and then she said, oh, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Oh, wow.
And it was just like,
And this is 2 minutes in.
yeah. And you saw him, and he's like, maybe she shouldn't say anything, right? Like,
Right.
maybe that would be the trick.
Right.
Maybe anyway, so she just kept on talking about, like, so do you eat sushi? He asked. And she said, yeah, I usually when I go on a date, I go on a sushi date.
Right. Really?
Yeah, and then kind of like later, a couple of sentences down the road, she says, yeah, I've been to a lot of sushi restaurants. Like, it was just crumbling. Right?
So he was not enthusiastic about this.
And then he did the ultimate, you could call it a mistake or scratching something, a curiosity or whatever it was. He asked, like, so why did it end with the guy? Why did you stop seeing him? It's like, well, I don't remember the answer. It's something about, like, he was too controlling or something.
Right.
Yeah. And then she said, but I like men who make money.
Right.
That's what she said.
Classy.
I don't want to be like a woman who's like saving money and then maybe going to Spain. Like, I want to have a lot. And he had money. He was well off, and that was very attractive.
Right.
And it's just like, in this guy, he was just like, yeah, this is not gonna happen.
So but he still ordered the sushi or what?
Still ordered the food.
He did, huh?
Yeah.
How come he didn't abort mission?
I don't know. I think she was kind of attractive.
Right.
So maybe he had like, well, I mean, at least, who knows.
Okay.
But no, it was very interesting, and she talked about it was just, and she was talking all the time. Like, he didn't say many words. I don't think he said any words exactly. Yeah,
You just sat there. It was the victim of the tsunami of words.
It was tsunami of words and everything and blah blah blah, and her. Yeah.
How old was she?
I don't know, like between 35 and 40.
Right.
Yeah. And no, it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. And it's so funny to me. And then he actually said to her, you could, instead of saying that you were seeing somebody, you could have just said that you were busy.
He said that?
That would be fine too.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
Wow. How did she respond to that?
I said, didn't think about that.
Right.
She didn't think about it.
Well, it's not easy to think sometimes.
I mean, it's a busy world.
And it's just, there's a lot to think about.
You can't think about everything.
You can't think about
No, so that was quite interesting, and
how did it end?
I don't know. He paid the bill, and then they left. I don't know.
Wow.
I continue eating my food.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah.
Did he look disappointed?
I don't know. I it's hard to say, but it's just like, why would you be like that?
Yeah.
What happened, or what didn't happen?
Right.
What didn't happen to you
Yeah.
that made you be like a person who's just like, I loved having sex with my ex. Like, that was the best. Like, and then it's just like, but now I'm here with you. So what do you do for a living? Like, what? I'm just being honest. I'm honest here. I'm being honest. Is not allowed to be honest.
No. It's
No.
a
Honest
virtue.
Honest is good.
Yeah.
Good. Honesty is good.
Mm.
And then, of course, if you're a man who says like, well, you shouldn't be that. I mean, you can be honest, but I don't need that information.
Right.
And then it's like, well, that's kind of sexist. You should be allowed to be who you want to be.
Right.
And then it's just like, yeah, but there's amendments to that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's a law. You should be who you want to be. But that's where the what do you call it? Like the unwritten laws comes in. Social intelligence.
Social antennas.
Antenna too.
Mm-hmm.
You don't just go into a job interview and like, hey, I'm 100% myself. It's like, yeah, we're gonna go for somebody else. Hey, I'm being
honest.
I'm being honest. And
I hate your product. I'm just being honest.
Right? Yeah. Like so obviously, if you want to get ahead in life,
I plan to smoke a lot of crack on the job. I'm just being honest.
Being honest over here.
You can be honest, but not curt. It's like reality show honest, where they go and they go, I hate everybody here. I'm just being 100% myself.
And that's allowed.
Yeah.
For some people, that's like, hey, I just said what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Is that not allowed anymore?
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was something I witnessed. And it's a sad story. Because this guy is obviously in the market for a woman. It's Christmas. He wants to buy somebody a present. Have something going, have some suspense going when he's home with his parents or whatever, like opening boring presents in front of old people, and he wants to like text somebody he's like have a thing going on with.
And he's in the Christmas market.
Yeah,
and he wants to maybe have some kids,
He wants to go to the Christmas market and buy some what other cinnamon, whatever it is,
cinnamon things.
Yeah, like the tea and the stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, but before we get to your mental patient update,
right?
You have bought some Cinnabons.
Of course.
And the reason we postponed eating these, because you said we should eat them before the show.
That's right.
And I said, hold on there, big fella.
Yeah.
Because
I don't understand the market well enough.
Well, I do.
Yeah, you do.
And the internet is full of people who are eating food.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a big eating fest.
And they're all millionaires.
Yes. There's a guy, as I told you, there's a guy in South Korea.
Mm.
He started a YouTube channel where he eats food.
Yep.
Hey, today I'm eating these noodles. And he has like a billion viewers.
People take time off work to watch him.
So he was an unemployed guy eating food in front of the camera. That's the state of the world right now.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I got fired. I don't have an education. This is the last chance now.
People want to see eating.
I want to go on YouTube and see if this will work.
And he doesn't even comment on the food, does he?
No, he just eats food.
That's it, right?
And he's just like, okay, thank you. And
See, a lot of people think you have to comment on the food. You don't. You just eat it.
Just eat the food.
That's it.
So, because we also want to have that big yacht.
No, we want a piece of that money pie.
Yes.
But also, it's important to say that, like, a lot of people think thoughts like, I'm watching my weight, stuff like that. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to cut down on carbs or whatever. But what few people know is that when you see a new place selling cinnamon buns, you are morally obligated to try them.
I think so.
And that's what we're doing, just our moral obligation. And I've just heated them in the oven here.
Oh, shit.
All right, see what's going on. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, caramelized.
And the thing is, like, you gotta heat them up.
I do, always. While you're eating that, so you can give me a review, just quick comment on your sushi story. I was on a date once, and the woman said, my ex was a violent psychopath full of anabolic steroids who would beat my children mercilessly. And when I finally got this person out of my life, they moved in next door. And they live right here. And they check in on me every now and then. Because you can't get rid of a narcissist. And I'm standing there going like, wait a minute, what? What's your name again? I've been here 5 minutes. This is what you open with? You know? And as a comedian, it's always hard. How do you open a show, you know? I remember, I used to say, like, hey, I just came from this pharmacy, and they sold dildos there. I didn't know there was an illness where the doctor told you to go fuck yourself, you know? I like to open with that a lot. But you got to find new openers and stuff like that. But if you open really, really poorly, things can go really poorly for you. And I was kind of amazed at that opening. What do you think of that opening?
Well, does that mean that he
lived next door and just controlled her life? And she introduced that like, oh, that's my cat. He comes and goes. Or like, you know, that's just the local sheriff. I'm on probation, you know?
Well, again, we're back to the first point. Like, why wouldn't you see that would be a horrible thing to say to a person? Or like, why muddy the waters so soon? Why piss in the wind immediately?
Well, people, but like, hey, do you notice the caramelization under, by the way? The undercarriage. I'm just saying, a date is a lot like a sales pitch. You're selling a product and it's you. I would never open by saying, you know, hey, I was locked in a basement for 18 years and tortured mercilessly in a Middle Eastern country. And I just got out last Tuesday, and I'm here on this date with you having a good time. But that's why I followed you and then blocked you again, because the torture wasn't over.
But that's actually not a bad story.
You think they'd like that one?
Hey, the reason I had to cancel it, I got tortured in Iran.
That's not bad, actually.
Right? And then I escaped, and I threw the drug smugglers in Afghanistan over to Uzbekistan or whatever the stan is. Mm-hmm. And then I had to bicycle through Russia into Belarus and then get over the border to Poland. And now I'm here. That's why I canceled. Like, that's a hero's journey.
No.
But if you're like, you know, the reason I'm late is because this guy was fucking me for a couple of days, and we weren't like agreeing on should we continue fucking or like, okay, so now I quit that and I'm ready for you.
I quit the fucking 15 minutes before I got here, and I re-added you on Instagram.
Yeah. And then again, that doesn't make you feel special.
No. It doesn't make you feel that special.
And that's what everything is about. Making the person feel special.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
And you can apply this to your wife, your whatever it is, girlfriend, or your date, which you should be applying it to. Because when you come in the door and you're just like, okay, there you are. Okay, you want something? Okay, what do you got? Right. Interesting. Well, yeah, okay. I'll let you know. Don't call us. We'll call you. Mm-hmm. There's nothing going on here. Like, then there's no specialty. There's no nothing.
That's right. And also, like, yeah. There's no.
You want to leave radiating, beaming.
Beaming. You want the beam.
You need a beam.
You definitely need a beam. So, yeah. But it's just crazy to open with, like, my ex was full of steroids and used to beat me mercilessly.
Like, and my kid.
Yeah. I mean, but where are you going to go from there, story-wise? You know, if you open with that, where does the story go from there?
Yeah, how's the dinner conversation?
Because that's you've just gotten in the door. You haven't taken your jacket off yet, and you open with that. So my ex could come in here any minute.
Hello, nice to meet you. Yeah, my ex used to beat me and my kid all the time. Yeah, you can put your shoes over there. Like, maybe I'll, just keep them on for safety.
Wow. Well, you know what I'm noticing about the dating market? I'm never going to find a woman who's as obsessed with vaccines as I am. Isn't that sad?
I'm pretty sure you could. Are you on any forums that these kooks are meeting each other?
Vaccine forums.
The crazy people.
Hmm.
Yeah,
there's less of them than the problem with the crazy people is I don't think they're online that much. The crazy people are sort of in the forest,
right.
at their farm with their polishing their guns,
Yeah, I think you can find a lot of them online or in groups. There must be someone on Instagram who has and then he has a big following, and there must be a lot of people there who is on their profile. There's a syringe with a line through it,
right?
Syringe verbatim.
Hey, by the way, what'd you think of this? Now that we have millions of followers who are watching us eat.
Listen, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't. I mean, I've had some Cinnabons lately. I forced the bakery we went there. They made the bun.
They did. You forced them at gunpoint to make the butter dough.
She made a butter dough Cinnabon, and here's the story. So I went up there. They put a shout out on Instagram. The bakery, to the guy who was in here.
Going insane
last week.
Yeah,
rambling.
The guy in here with
about
mental
the butter
problems,
dough
yeah.
and the tinfoil hat on his head.
About the government and the butter dough.
Right. We expect you here today, because then there was a picture of those. And again, people who work at a bakery, I don't want to give them a hard time. Okay, and now we're talking about the people who work in a counter, not the one who's baking. Right. So I come in there. There's a woman behind the counter. That's not important. Okay, it's a person behind the counter. And I said, "Hi, do you have the butter dough Cinnabons, the croissant Cinnabons?" And she said, "Yeah, we have croissants, the croissant."
Right.
And I said, "Okay." And then no, not that. The Cinnabons with the croissant stuff. No, we have Cinnabons. They're here, and just regular Cinnabons. I said, yeah, but I'm talking about the butter dough, and this is in English because she was not from here or there or whatever it is.
She wasn't from anywhere.
She was stateless.
That's right.
She was born in transit.
That's right.
So I was just like, yeah, but. And then I opened my phone. It's just like, yeah, but it says on your internet page here.
You beamed me here.
Yeah. Here's the buns I'm talking about. Oh, yeah, they're there. And then it was just it was under something. It's like, yeah, but what is it? No, it's butter dough with cinnamon. Right. And sugar, right? Yes. So a Cinnabon with butter, a butter dough Cinnabon, right?
Yeah.
Yes. What did I just say? When I came in here, what did I say? I said that. I said with the butter dough Cinnabon bun.
It's so funny that when they didn't have it, you were arguing and raging and talking about the government and conspiracies and butter doughs and stuff. So they made it to please you, and you came in again and started rambling again.
Yeah, but this fucking person, what the fuck?
Because I was there when you were rambling. That was
Oh,
really,
I was rambling. And now I came all the way up there. It was just like, okay, where's my prize? So,
came all the way up to the other tanker.
right.
Yeah, the big one.
And this fucking idiot is just like, yeah, but that's what I said.
It bothers me that they don't care.
That's the problem, right? She could have done a mistake, sure, but she couldn't connect the dots.
Yeah.
Butter dough, yeah, the croissant.
I don't
I'm
even know.
hearing croissant and butter dough. That's there.
Yeah, but like,
But he said Cinnabon, but that's there. There's, well, I guess he's crazy now.
if you're not excited about butter dough cinnamon buns, you shouldn't be in a bakery at all.
So, and it is, and I bought 4.
You
Sure.
did?
Yeah, of course.
Did you eat all 4?
No, of course. I'm not an animal like you.
Where are they?
In my fridge.
Still.
Sure.
How were they?
Great.
Wow.
And not only that, but if you warm up a Cinnabon, butter dough Cinnabon, the freshness is even fresh. I mean, it's butter.
Yeah.
They can't go stale.
Right. They're fresher.
They're fresh forever, right?
They're fresher
So
than
when you
fresh.
warm them up, like the warmth is like it can't hide, like it's crazy. But anyway, so I didn't end there. So I said after a while I know who the manager is now.
Right.
Because of my ranting and
Finally,
raving.
finally, you've gotten to the boss.
So I said, hey, by the way, I'm here. You remember me? I was screaming about the Cinnabons a week ago with a knife. You remember that?
Yeah.
And she said, yeah, I remember. Yeah, we bought them. We put it on Instagram. We mentioned that you should come in. I said, yeah, I noticed. That's why I'm here. Yeah. So when I came in here, I said to the woman behind the counter, do you have the butter dough croissant Cinnabons? And she said, no. And then she said, yep. And then the owner said, yeah, we do have them. I said, yeah, I have them now. But I asked her, the butter dough Cinnabon, where are they? And she said, no, we don't have them. And she said, what? Yes. She said that you didn't have them. And but you need to train your people.
Right.
This will not stand in 2025. 26 is around the corner.
Right.
If you're going to face the future, if you're going to be with us in the AI revolution,
Right.
you need to train your apes, okay?
Right.
You got to make those monkeys know what's on the menu.
Right.
Because this is not going to work. This is not going to fly. And if you think you're going to have a snowball chance in hell to have this hipster bakery of yours paying your pension when you get older, you got another thing coming. If you don't do, we're talking, First World War, Kaiser Wilhelm training facilities that then moves on to the other guy who started the other war.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Gas chambers.
Sure.
I like how you come in there and you're really harassing them all day and all night now.
I will always give them hell
That's good.
until the bakery starts, not fucking around.
Yeah.
There's no joke anymore with the Cinnabons.
Yeah.
We're tired of these bakeries getting out of style, getting out of business, and then we have to find new ones.
Yeah.
I want to keep this going.
Who doesn't understand intuitively that a croissant cinnamon bun is the future?
And you know what the worst part of this was? When I said it, but that's what what did I just say? I said, croissant, butter dough, Cinnabon. Where are they? And you said, no, we don't have them. No, yeah, it's these. It's like, but that's what I said. And when I said that's what I said. Didn't you get it? And then she was like, okay, how many do you want? Like no acknowledgement. Oh, it's these. Oh, yes. You said Cinnabon. I'm sorry. I've been awake for a while. And hey, I forgive. I'm a very forgivable person.
Very forgiving.
I'm a forgiving person.
Yep.
I'm a person who listen. You've climbed a mountain and now you're hungry.
Yep.
Here's a sandwich. I don't have a problem with that.
No.
I hand out sandwiches
Yes,
to
sir.
mountaineers.
Yep.
That's what I do.
You have empathy.
I have empathy.
Yeah.
But this fucking idiot with shit for brains, we're giving me a hard time and not even knowing her inventory, which is quite annoying. But and not even then like, oh, I'm sorry. it's been a long day.
Yeah.
And then they're like, hey, we all been there. I'm on your side. We're all in this together for the buns. This is bigger than us.
It is.
It's bigger than you.
Mm-hmm.
It's bigger than me.
Yeah.
This is for the world, okay? This can maybe be a peace negotiation, this could be like a truce material right here.
Yeah. Like a chess piece.
Very important piece.
Mm.
And she said, how many more? 4. And she, are you going to sit here or are you going to take away? I said, I'm going to sit here. I order a coffee. And then she puts the coffee in a takeaway cup. And she puts the bun in a takeaway bag. And I said, I did say sit here. Oh, yeah.
You know, I'd just like to point out that there are a lot of delusional women online who, after a date, they will say that a guy asked them, what do they bring to the table? To which they respond, what the hell are you talking about? I am the table. Right? Now, that's very delusional. But in your case, with this cafe, it's true. These people are looking at you. They're looking at this guy's here screaming again. What does he bring to the table? No, you don't get it. He is the table.
The guy with the coat with the rats in it and screaming, who smells
with the homemade shiv.
Yeah, with his his shopping cart outside.
Yeah, that's right.
He's screaming again.
What does he bring to the table? He is the table.
He is. He said he is a table.
That's what he said.
Now put some buns on my head.
So it must be true.
No, these fucking people. I mean, they have to. We can't go on like this.
It makes me think we're living in a simulation when you hear that kind of.
Well, that's
attitude.
obviously a bug right there.
There's a bug in the simulation.
It's a bug in a simulation. So,
and also just you mentioned earlier. What was the name of the episode again?
Mental patient update.
Mental patient update. Do you want it? Because now we're in that whole theme of like, what's wrong with people?
Yeah, because like I was going to ask you because we needed to get through the buns right first.
Yeah, but just all of it is based on the same theme, which is what's wrong with people.
What? So just like a recap, and for the people who are jumping in this episode who lost the other one, Dex was on one of these apps chatting away with a woman
for the first time ever,
and they were really getting along and everything. And then he said, so when should we meet? And then she said, well, it's a kind of like a difficult situation. No, could you just bring us up to speed?
Yeah, it was just a normal chat situation. She goes, I'm home right now watching TV with my kids. And I go, great, that sounds nice. She's like, what are you doing? I'm just watching TV. And I go, you want to meet up someday? She's like, yeah, sure, but I can't do it for like a week or so. And I was like, well, why? Well, actually, I don't know when I can meet. And it was all very, yeah. There was nothing concrete. And then it turns out that she was in a mental institution and there are no kids. And she doesn't have a TV.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Anyway, so then she started
No, actually, I don't know what you mean, but continue.
Right. And then from the mental institution, she started sending me a whole bunch of pictures and stuff like that, like of her posing with very fancy underwear. I don't know how they let you bring that. I mean, if they take your belt so you won't hang yourself, how can you bring in
lingerie?
Yeah, that's right. Isn't that also an unaliving risk?
Yeah, and then she took a picture of herself in the shower of that institution.
In the government institution shower.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, there's a kink and there's
got to be a market for that too.
There's guarantee a tab on some webpage somewhere.
Yeah. And then you said to me, like, what's wrong with you? Why do you continue this conversation? I need to know where this ends. Right. And it has ended.
So, okay. So what was the last thing you kind of like...
Well, first of all,
before like the last episode we made, what was the last like thing that you agreed on, or like what was the outcome?
Well, basically, like most people will brag about stuff like, I got a promotion at work recently, or I bought a new car with my Christmas bonus, or just something like people say nice things about their life.
Yeah.
And the one thing she was bragging about was that the psychiatrist kept saying she had so much self-insight.
Right.
That for being a restrained mental patient who was there against her will, she was doing great. She was doing great.
Right.
So then, I I kept getting all these pictures, and she was just like, "Yeah, we're gonna meet up. You know, it'll be all sexy and everything." And I'm like, "Okay, that's
interesting.
That's very interesting. It's a very interesting take, you know." And then suddenly it switched, and then suddenly I just wanted to see where it went. So I said, "Sure, let's do that." And she goes, "Wait a minute, you just want to like use me?" And I was like, "What?" She's like, "I deserve to be loved. Like I deserve a relationship. You know, there's no way I'm gonna meet you anywhere unless I can like, you know."
If you can guarantee love.
Like, this has to be serious.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, this is a bit intense. Like, you're kind of switching personalities here.
Which is strange from a mental patient.
Which you would never expect. Which you would never expect. And then she said, "What do you mean? What do you mean?"
Right.
You know, I have a very, and then she had this whole rant about how her personality was so extreme and it had, you know, was on a spectrum of this and that and everything. And I said, "That's great." And then she goes, then she goes, "Oh, I want to do naughty things." I was like, "Well, which one is it?" And then she's like, "Oh no, I want to, you know, I want a man who can be with me for the, you know, forever kind of stuff." And it just switched back and forth. So I kind of logged out of the whole thing. And then she sort of had kind of a conversation with herself. Those two personalities kind of.
Yeah. Fighting it out.
Yeah, they were kind of fighting it out.
Yeah.
To find a winner. And then at the end of the day, she rejected me. She said, "You're not good enough for me." Now, keep in mind, here's a woman in a straitjacket who's restrained, who is on a dating app inside a government-funded mental institution, doctors, 24-hour surveillance. She can't be in society because she's a danger to herself and others. And it wasn't an eating disorder, by the way. It was like the real deal. Yeah. Belts, straitjackets.
Yeah.
If you want to learn more about psychiatric material, we do a whole episode about that.
Exactly.
And she rejected me. She said, "You're not good enough for me. I need someone better than you in my life."
Yeah.
And that was yeah.
So if I'm understanding this correctly,
yeah,
you got rejected by a mental patient.
Correct.
And how does that make you feel?
Well, I mean, I think that's rock bottom. You know, I thought I had rock bottom when I was in my addiction and stuff like that, but this is worse.
Yeah, I think this is I mean, even people who are at the bottom are saying like, "Wow, he dug a new hole,
yeah,
new level."
It went deeper now. So that's really intense because, you know, if you're on psychiatric lockdown,
right,
you have no rights. You're not even allowed to vote because you're too screwy to like make good decisions.
Right.
And she said, "I can't have you in my life. You're not good enough for me."
Yeah, they can turn out voting for the left. Listen, it's a joke, people. Take it easy. Now.
Take it easy. But anyway, that's when you know you got to change your life. So that's why I joined a bunch of yoga classes, and I bought another black sweatshirt. It's the same, but it's new.
That's great.
Yeah, and I got a job interview. I'm going to change my whole life because things need to change now.
Yeah, it's like the government set you up in a way.
Yeah,
it's actually like a Fed.
I mean,
it's
a great strategy if you want to get people to change.
I think so too.
I think so. You got to like facilitate a psychiatric rock bottom for them.
You find the people who are maybe not. They target a market, let's say, right?
Yep.
And then like we got to get these asses going, and then she is a little bit hot. She says like interesting things. And then you want to meet her, and then she says, "Yeah, by the way, I'm in a mental institution." And then there's a lot of back and forth, and then she bails on you.
Yeah.
And that makes you feel like, "Oh God, I have to change."
Yeah.
And that sounds like an AI government program.
I had another date, which I thought was my rock bottom a year ago or 2 years or whatever. And that was a woman. I just said, "Hey, want to go for a walk and like feed the ducks?" Like a nice little, you know, Sesame Street like date. How could this turn into something terrible?
Did you bring bread?
I mean, you know, feeding the ducks is just kind of like a metaphor for like nice things. You know what I mean? Like this is not, we're not going down to Panama to like sell guns. Okay?
Well, no, I guess it's not.
No, but I'm just saying, we're just going to go for a nice little walk, half an hour. Middle of the day, too.
Half an hour?
Yeah, no one's drunk either.
Half an hour?
Yeah, she just said, I'm at work. I can go for a walk at lunchtime. Let's just go for a walk. Anyway, you're getting hung up on all the wrong details. Sure. First thing, I go, so what's going on with you? She takes out her phone. She goes, this is a sex app that I'm on. And a bunch of guys, they have sex with me all the time. And I go, really? Right? Like, what are you supposed to say to that? So I go, tell me more. She's like, well, here's how it works. You know, they say what they want, I say what I want, and then, you know, everyone's having sex with everybody on this app. And I go, wow, that's intense. So then the date progresses, and she goes, you know, I'm on Tinder a lot for one-night stands, you know. That's what I do. And just last night, you know, I met a guy, and we just had sex, and then I just left, you know. And that's the kind of stuff I do. That's how I live my life. And I was like, wow, interesting. Please go on, right? And she just kept going on. And it was basically this thing where she was just sleeping around with everybody. So at the end of this date, I said, you know, this is like the most insane thing I've ever heard. So I said, just out of curiosity, right? Are we going to have sex? She's like, oh, no, you're dating me. So you have to like, you know, take me out to dinners and movies and like win me over and stuff. So I go, wait a minute, while I'm dating you and winning you over and, you know, buying you expensive sushi and, you know, bags and gifts and holidays, you're just going to be sleeping with other guys. She goes, yeah. Then I go, okay. And then I go, do you see how that's a bit messed up for me? And then she just sort of like woke up from like a trance and then ran away. And then a few days later, she sent me an infinite amount of messages yelling at me for not liking her general sales pitch. I thought that was rock bottom, but it isn't.
But how is that your rock bottom?
What do you mean?
What I just said.
Well, I thought like
how is that a rock bottom for you?
Because I seem to pick ones that are a bit insane. I don't think I have a good radar for picking.
Yeah, but no, listen, you're wrong. Your head is wrong. Okay?
Is it?
That is not a rock bottom. Like, okay, it's a bad date.
Okay.
But that's not a you rock bottom. Like, that's just a wrong person that showed up.
Right.
That's not your fault.
Right.
So how is that your rock bottom? If it's like something that made you think that I'm not worthy of anything, okay, I guess you can say that's rock bottom.
Yeah, but
but is there, because what I'm trying to say, the mental patient rejected you. That's a rock bottom.
Yeah.
Right?
But what if I met a woman, okay? And I said, hey, how's it going? Great to meet you. You know, I'm currently just sleeping with tons of other women. Just tons of them. You wouldn't even believe how many.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to go on a bunch of dates with you and get to know you better while I'm doing that. Right? Again, does one feel special? Here's the sex app I'm on.
But you're conflating special and rock bottom. Like, it's like she didn't do anything to you. The mental patient did something to you because you made an effort for something and then she rejected you.
Hey, let's just calm down. I didn't make an effort.
You made an effort.
I wanted to see where it would end up. I mean, you'd have to be insane not to follow that to its logical conclusion.
And she didn't.
Yeah. She didn't because she's insane.
Exactly.
That's right. Man.
I've met people and it's like, oh my God, this is an idiot. Or maybe this is not for me at all. And if a woman like that showed up, hey, yeah, I just came from a porno shoot. It was gangbang Thursday. Okay, well, thank you. Goodbye.
Right.
That's not a rock bottom.
Okay.
That's just like me not being interested in that person.
Right.
That's not a me, oh my God, I failed. How the fuck did I fail?
Right.
How did you fail?
Well, I mean,
You didn't know that she was on an app fucking people
No,
all
no,
day?
but I just think it's weird that like I go through all that and then I get yelled at. I get tons and tons of messages.
Yeah, but that's not a rock bottom.
Okay, fine.
Rock bottom is when a mental patient in a padded room, for some reason, squeezes her thumbs out and start writing. And how the fuck she got a smuggled phone, like iPhone, into her psychosis, again, is one of those interesting ones.
Yeah.
And then she says, hey, by the way, fuck you, right?
Right. Oh, by the way, I don't have daughters.
I don't have daughters. I am actually a queen in another dimension.
And yeah, and I need someone better than you.
Yeah.
But you know, with the state of the world right now, I was thinking about something that like, because we are living in a dystopian future. The future is now, and it's dystopian, right? Why aren't there more reality shows? Like, you know, put an alligator and a man in a cage and have them fight to death. Like, why isn't there more of stuff like Mad Max, stuff like that going on?
I think it's illegal.
Yeah, but like, okay, what about another one, right? Like, just off the top of my head, right? So, you know, you bring a bunch of guys into a studio, and then you say, one of your wives has been on OnlyFans for 5 years, right? And then they sort of have to like battle it out, right? And it's just this whole idea of like whoever can successfully accuse their own wife of being on OnlyFans wins $1 million. But if you screw it up, you owe $1 million, and they take your house, and like you're homeless and everything, right? It's like stuff like that, you know, where people are like crying and winning, and there's money falling from the sky, and like marriages are being ripped apart, and like children are crying. She's like, Veronica, I know you've been on OnlyFans. His children come in, they're like, ah! They're crying, and everyone's just crying and falling apart in the fetal position. It's raining money. They're taking away his house, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Yeah, but why isn't it? Why isn't there more of that?
No, I think it is the wrong people in the important positions who makes the choice.
Or you could take people who grew up in orphanages, right? And then you could put them on a dating show where they're supposed to be dating MILFs, but they don't know they're dating their own mom. Stuff like that. Date your mom, well, like, and then like they're crying.
It's coming. But by the way, when it comes to like the crocodile fights in cages. That already exists, like in Japan. Japan has the craziest talk shows, or like the shows on Earth. Yeah, but it's like they put they put a woman's head in a glass tank, and there's like a bunch of lizards, and she's like, okay, you get $1,000 whatever dollars for every minute you can keep your head inside of the glass box.
Right.
And they do stuff like that, and like, okay. Who's gonna fly? Like who's gonna put a rocket to their mom's head first and then fly it into space? Like it's just like they're insane over there.
Yeah, but the West is currently collapsing. Why don't we have more dystopian stuff, like Hunger Games?
I think it's coming. I think we have to society has to crumble more,
right?
Because again, it's one of those.
I want to see a show where children kill each other, and it's sponsored by a toothpaste. Right. You know, that kind of thing.
You want to watch that?
No, I just want it to be out there. It's not, reality shows aren't my thing.
Really?
But I mean, for the other people.
You want kids to fight to the
I'm just saying, that's just Hunger Games. That's all that is.
Yeah, it's on. Yeah, but you want it to be real.
Okay, but look, I think a great show, right, would be complete, like, psychological warfare. You take a happy person from a happy family who's had a happy life, and then you bring them in to a studio, and then you reveal to them, like, your parents aren't your parents, right? You're basically on a Truman Show. Nothing is real. Your wife is an actress. Your children aren't even real, right? I mean, you missed both of their births. What did you think, right? Of course, they're just brought in from another studio. They're owned by Warner Brothers, right? You collapse their world, bring them to the brink of unaliving. And then as they're, you know, like injecting, there's 3 injections, I think, for like to end your life in a pod. When they've done the first 2 and they're about to do the 3rd, then they go, by the way, that was all a joke, right? And now you're back and everything was real. And then like, so it's like, avert your, right? And then the S word, but unaliving, you know what I mean? No. Pod aversion, right? So stuff like that, right? Where there's complete psychological breakdown. I think we're missing that. There's still women in bikinis on beaches, like dating guys and like throwing drinks at each other. We have to move past that now. Another thing too would be like throw someone into a diamond mine in the Congo and take away all their birth certificate and their whole identity. They're dead now. And they're just like a child laborer in the Congo. Right, and they're woke, so they're like, I have rights, and then watch them like cry to death, stuff like that. Don't you think we need more stuff like that?
What's wrong with you?
What do you mean?
What's wrong with you?
What do you mean?
What's your problem, dude?
What do you mean?
Why this? I want people to suffer. I want people to suffer, like they have a happy family, and everything, and then you ruin it, and then they come back, but they are kind of ruined forever. And now we put a child in a woke child in a mine, and I have rights, and now they suffer, and then they suffer, and then people should suffer. These fucking people should suffer like me.
No,
like
me. Not even close. Listen, this is all about entertainment.
It's entertainment.
Look, like normal television can't keep up with TikTok.
Listen, I agree.
I'm helping television. That's all I'm doing.
No, TV sucks. I agree with you.
Yeah.
But there's a pattern from your mouth that seems to be like, people should suffer for my entertainment.
That's not true at all.
What's the difference between you and a guy who lived in Rome in like year zero?
That I'm making great reality TV.
No, you're a guy who would sit on the Coliseum and like, yeah, kill him. Kill him.
Thumbs down.
Yeah.
Thumbs down.
Kill him now. And then you go out there with your popcorn, like, that was a great show. That guy, he died and his wife cried. That was awesome.
It's not even about that.
I love Rome.
Look. Here's what it's about, right? I just remember when I was a kid, I had all these wonderful ideas for these reality shows. And when I was taken into one of these large TV studios once, I pitched them. And they looked at me like I was crazy. And it made me very angry.
Really?
Yeah, because one of them was that, look, I think I've said it before, but I think it's a great idea. You take a normal person, they're lying on the beach in the summertime, you inject them with something that makes them pass out, and then you put them in a glass box underwater and you wake them up again, right? So they go, they're totally panicking. And they're half an hour underwater, right? They're everything, my God. Then you put them to sleep again, and then you put them back on the beach and you wake them up again. And it's just use a couple of amphetamines and a couple of downers. That's all it is, right? But this person is going to think they're going insane because everyone around them goes, what happened to you? You dozed off there for a second, right? You keep doing this again and again and again. How long does it take for someone to go insane? How long does it take for a psychological break in their psyche, right?
But why do you want that?
Because that's pure entertainment is what that is.
No, it's evil.
It isn't, though.
It is.
Hey, listen, you knew
you go insane.
You knew what you signed up for.
Okay, we lost one. Send in the next contestant.
No, but it's whoever goes the longest without getting a psychiatric break gets $1 million, right? So all I'm saying is this. You wanted to be on television. You knew what you signed up for, right? Oh, yeah? You want to be famous? Let me show you fame. You see what I'm saying?
Why can't we just watch something interesting on TV?
What do you mean something
a good story, an action or whatever.
Hey, we could, but other people can't because TikTok has ruined it all. We need to fight TikTok now.
With trying to make people crazy?
With
underwater?
With psychiatric break shows. God damn it,
The psychiatric breakfast show.
If I could get one of these shows on TV, then that psychiatric woman would be so sorry. Yeah. She missed out on a great fucking opportunity.
Yeah. You're smoking cigars and she's like, "Can I be on your show?"
She's still a princess in another dimension.
Yeah.
No,
I think maybe you should be in there with her.
Yeah.
I think you should be in a jacket in the same padded cell.
Right.
With her. And you should both be like strapped to the wall, opposite side, and then scream to each other. And then I would film that and put it on TV, and that would be a TV show.
Right. Yeah, that's good. Psychiatric arguments.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, so you put up a friend and then like, yeah, I want to break him.
Do you remember bum fights?
I remember, yeah, they got jail time.
Psychiatric fights.
Yeah, they think they went to jail.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Fucking idiot. And then, I mean, again, we're back to it. Like, evil fucks.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Evil.
I mean,
but that's kind of what you're saying.
No, not at all. My stuff is totally PG-13, you know?
How the fuck is a guy who's being drugged down and wakes up in the ocean in a glass thing?
It's just a little bit of propofol.
Oh.
And then a little bit of methamphetamine.
I'm sorry.
And other than that, it's all in his head. Nothing dangerous is happening.
I misunderstood that part.
Yeah, right. You know, it's a great name for a show. Just a bit of propofol.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about the propofol.
No, I think you should. I think you need Jesus or something.
Yeah,
I think you need Christ, like, to come in your life. You should have a Bible. You should read about Jesus, something.
right.
Because this is not sustainable. This.
I don't know.
How the fuck can you talk about a mental patient? Like, oh my God, she's insane. And you're out here talking. Why is she in there and you're out here?
I don't know.
It makes no sense.
I think it makes a lot of sense.
You think it makes sense?
Yeah, it does. Well, not only that, but, you know, I have a very Christmassy vibe, and these are very Christmassy episodes.
Yes, it is. This is obviously a Christmas special.
It is. It's such a Christmas special. Hey, by the way, my butcher traded me a bunch of hot dogs for some of the cookies that I mentioned on this podcast.
Really?
So I went down there today, and the guy said, "Listen, we're going to give you like a lifetime supply of hot dogs, but we want to taste those cookies."
Yeah.
And the whole team was there. They're like, "We want the cookies."
Right.
And then I go, "How did you come to this conclusion?" And there's like 3 of them were like dessert chefs. And they were like, "You're talking pretty big on this podcast about these cookies. We want to see what you got." And so I don't know how often you get challenged by your butcher.
Not enough.
To a bake-off.
I'm not getting challenged enough by my butcher.
But I'm out there achieving things. Okay? People want to taste my stuff.
Imagine being like in your apartment and somebody's screaming outside. Who's that? Oh my God. It's my butcher.
Yeah.
I want those cookies.
Yeah, I know, but it's really good stuff.
You need to change your life.
Hey, what do you mean?
This can't continue.
I started doing yoga.
This pitching of yours of the TV show it's grounds enough to make you like you should be locked up for Christmas.
I should not.
You should.
These are great ideas.
It's not. That's the problem. The fact that you think that there's those ideas, which are like, I mean, you should be committed.
There are no bad ideas in brainstorming.
Well, I mean, I think that's not a brainstorm. It's like a brain decay.
Right.
I think. I mean, the fact that you're chatting with a mental patient.
You know what's funny?
She rejects you. And then you do this pitch of a TV show, which is non-related, by the way.
You know what I think? I think is crazy.
And by the way, my butcher gave me hot dogs. This is an insane person talking.
Listen. I think the craziest thing is that I couldn't detect a person in full-blown psychosis. And when I think back on my life, I'm amazed at how many people I've actually had in my life who have been in full-blown psychosis. It's listen,
50%.
Hey, listen, it's like 7 in the last year.
Yeah.
Okay, 7 people have said, like, you know, I've noticed that they're really, really chatty and they change their personality on some level. And then, 3 days later, they go like, sorry, I was in a psychosis. I'm locked up now. And the question is like, why am I some kind of psychiatry magnet, you know?
Yeah.
Why do they like to grab a hold of me and tell me about their delusions?
It's strange.
You know?
Yeah?
Because listen, let me tell you something right now. I smell of cologne, okay? I smell of success, okay? I got more hair products than you have cousins.
That is true.
I have education. I have accomplishments, right? Like, I shouldn't be this attractive to people in psychosis. They should be more attracted to fictional people.
Yes.
And I'm real.
You are real.
And I smell great.
You're as real as your name.
You know what I would just say? That's not bad. But listen, I think I smell too good to be attracting people in psychosis. I think that's a fair statement.
You smell too good to be attracting people in psychosis.
That's right.
Right. I mean, a bold statement.
But true.
But isn't it like a thing if you're in a psychosis, you can like smell different smells that are not there? Isn't that a thing?
I don't know.
I think so. People who are like, whatever. But by the way, speaking about smell, wrapping up here, I came in here today and you had like this oil scented, like some
Scent sticks.
scent sticks in a oily thing
Yeah.
that smells up the apartment, which is something I said that you should have like a year ago or something.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have it.
Now I finally have the psychiatry deterrent I always needed.
I think it will change your life.
I think so too.
I think smell is important.
You know, probably all these psychosis people came in to sort of like wake me up to the fact that I need a better smell in here.
Now, by the way, I talked with my niece today.
Yeah.
She referred to the episode about the candles.
Right.
She said like, but she haven't thought about like men, lighting candles when they're alone, because she does it sometimes. She put a candle like in the living room and stuff.
Right.
It's like, yeah, no, we don't do that. And then she asked somebody at her workplace, like, do you have a candle sometimes when you're alone? He's like, hell no, right?
Right.
So yeah, people are learning.
People, they are, aren't they?
They are learning.
They're waking up.
They're waking up to the reality.
That's it.
Yeah.
Which was always the goal.
Absolutely.
But anyway, those sticks, right? Like you said, you walk in there. It's very intimidating. They know smell. You don't. And it's just make you feel small,
Did you say like I want something for my living room?
No, I said I want some soap for my sister for Christmas. So I eased in that way.
Right, you lied.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what did you say?
And then I said, while I'm at it,
Yeah, while I'm here.
well, what other stuff you got?
Yeah. The real reason I'm here, actually.
How about those sticks over there?
Yeah, what's going on?
So I bought the soap as a decoy.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you bought the oil.
No, it just comes as a finished thing. You pop the top, you shove in sticks.
Yeah, but you bought the thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Like a hero.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you're a brave man.
And I told her about my reality shows, and she said, "Listen, we're
This
going to give you 20%.
is on the house.
We want to be in the Kenny Banya business."
All right, people. We gotta go to the hospital. Thank you. Bye.